You didn't see The Conjuring?
I don't really like scary movies too
Really?
much. My wife hates the scary movie previews that are on the TV. Like if she's watching, America's Got Talent or something, and all of a sudden like a scary movie preview comes on, like a trailer, she's like, ah!
I do too, but only because it scares my kids and then they have nightmares.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Amanda's a kid. She has nightmares. But the handler of the supposedly haunted Annabelle doll, that was basically what The Conjuring was made after.
Which, by the way, if you remember Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls, that's what Annabelle is.
Annabelle is...
She's the Raggedy Ann of the two dolls.
Well, there's a guy that was taking the Annabelle doll on tour, the supposedly haunted Annabelle doll that became famous in 1968 when a redhead student got a red-headed Raggedy Ann doll, but strange things started happening in her apartment. And these two ghost hunters named the Warrens, they're a married couple, said the doll was possessed by evil spirits and put it in a glass case to contain it. The real Annabelle doll is kept at the Warren Occult Museum in Connecticut, secured with crosses and holy water.
Because that's going to hold it in.
And that doll went on tour with a guy named Dan Riviera. Follow me here. He's a paranormal investigator who handled the famous Annabelle doll. He died on July 13th in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, while touring with the doll.
What did he die from?
He's died at the age of 54. The coroner said the death wasn't suspicious, and autopsy results are expected in the next month or two. He was part of the Devils on the Run tour by the New England Society for Psychic Research. The tour celebrates the work of the famous ghost hunters Ed and Lauren Warren. And it shows off the allegedly haunted Annabelle doll to brave visitors who wanted to touch and see the doll. You have one of these.
I have one.
It's not the haunted one, but you have one somewhere.
I have a Raggedy Ann and an Andy doll.
Now, for someone who doesn't like Chucky because your mom tortured you with a Chucky doll when you were younger, Chucky's not scary. Chucky's hilarious. It's a little doll that said some wise-ass cracks and then killed you.
Yeah.
Like Leprechaun.
Yeah.
It's not scary.
I couldn't watch Leprechaun either.
They're not scary.
Yeah,
Annabelle
scary
is
to
way
me.
scarier.
I don't know. But yeah, I
You got to find it.
I had that. I had Teddy Ruxpin. I had all of those silly 80s things.
Yeah. I had a talking Alf doll
Yeah.
where the battery, I guess, would just trigger it and it would talk in the middle of the night. It'd be like, hey.
Yeah, that's why we got rid of Teddy Ruxpin, because he was doing the same thing, and I felt like he was haunted. Raggedy Ann got to stay.
How's that possible? She fooled everybody.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you own, or what do you own maybe, that you think is haunted? 704-570-9595. What do you have in your possessions that you think is possessed? Is it a doll? Is it a piece of furniture? Hell, it could even be a car. People think their cars are possessed. Somebody sent us a DM while
Pretty
we were...
sure Al's car was possessed at some point this year.
Somebody sent us a DM and while we were on our summer break and said that their car just started itself in the middle of the night and the keys were on the counter. Now, it's one of those push-button cars where you push to start, but she shared the video of it. I should ask her if we have permission to post it. How weird is that, though?
I don't know. I think you probably could have just left it running. Do you remember the morning I came in here? And this was way back when we almost first started together, and we had another co-host, Roy. And Roy came up and he goes, "Is your car on?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "No, I think your car's on." And then somebody else came in for another station and was like, "Loren, your car's on."
You just got out of the car and left it running. So you think maybe that's what happened to her?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But the guy died handling the Annabelle doll. That's crazy. That is kind of eerie and odd.
Yeah.
But what do you own that you think is haunted, or growing up you thought for sure it was haunted? Get on the phone and we want to hear these stories. So we're discussing the Annabelle doll, and the doll that was on tour is the doll that supposedly The Conjuring was made after. And the doll was investigated by husband and wife poltergeist team in 1968. A nursing student got a red-headed Raggedy Ann doll, and strange things started happening in her apartment. And the Warrens, after doing their extensive research in 1968, said that the doll was possessed by evil spirits, and they put it in a glass case to contain it. And then they took the Annabelle doll out, and a guy named Dan Riviera took the doll on tour this summer, and he died on July 13th in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, although investigators said the doll was in the van at the time in the parking lot and not in his room.
Okay, but Al is over here shaking his head.
Of course he is.
Because y'all know better.
He's like, why are you playing?
Flat out.
Because you wouldn't mess with it or because you don't believe in it?
I believe in it. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why are people messing with it?
Exactly.
Guess
Leave that stuff alone.
Wait, hold on. Guess who has a Raggedy Ann doll?
He just said you got one, right?
Uh-huh.
How long have you had it?
Since I was little.
She
Probably
got
since
a
I was
past life.
born. I think it was
probably got a
passed
past
down.
life. You need to check on her.
I
Make
know.
sure she ain't got nothing going on.
We want to know what in your possession, what do you own that you think is possessed? This is Brandy. Hi, Brandy.
Hi.
Brandy, what you got?
Good morning. I have a Dean Martin doll that sings, and if the batteries are out of it, it still plays. And I've had multiple people come to my house when it's there and say that they have headaches and get dizzy when they're around it.
Girl, what?
Dean Martin famously sings a song, "When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie."
And you just
That's
hear that
amore.
randomly?
That is sinister. That is sinister.
Do you ever feel anything from it, or do you think people are just playing around?
I have no idea, but they are serious about it. And I have one friend that will not come in if it's in there.
Maybe
But it
it's
was my
like
grandmother's.
maybe
and I
it's
keep it.
maybe it's got like lead paint or something.
Oh, my goodness,
and
that
that's
thing
what
do
makes
look spooky.
everybody feel a little dizzy.
I have no idea, but this thing is awesome.
It is a little creepy. We're looking at it.
Yeah, the Dean Martin doll. Yeah, I like Dean Martin. That's kind of part of the reason why we named Dean, my son, Dean. But,
The
okay.
best part of it is she was a smoker, and I still have a cigarette in his hand from her.
Maybe it's her.
Oh,
See?
Maybe it's not
grandma.
him. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe she don't want anybody around me.
maybe.
She doesn't want anybody messing with her Dean Martin doll. Selena, a lot of people were texting that they feel like they own a lot of these and that they are possessed. Tell everyone what you have that you think might be possessed.
So when I was younger, we used to live next to a graveyard for slaves and old captains, and we'd see and hear some weird things. And in the middle of the night, my blue Furby would go off, his eyes would light up, and he would ask me if I wanted to play. It was the creepiest thing ever.
shoot.
And he threw it away
Bye.
right after.
That's the fastest way to get buried.
Loren would have punted that thing.
And you're not alone. We've got a bunch of text messages here that say Furbies were that they would go off with no batteries in them in the middle of the night. Like, this is maybe just all Furbies in general are possessed.
It's a secret cult.
Yeah.
Weren't Furbies made
Thank
to
you.
look like Gizmo anyway?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, from
Gremlins?
Gremlins. Yeah.
Wasn't that the bad one?
Yeah.
See?
No.
Gizmo was the good one. Gizmo was
I'll
the good one.
see.
But
Sorry.
if you fed him after midnight,
He would turn into
they would turn into the Mogwais.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Our friend Michelle said she sent a picture of it. She goes, "Whoop! Guess my my Raggedy Ann's getting donated today."
She is a little one. I have the full size and the little
She
ones.
got the big mama.
Somebody says that they have a rocking chair on their front porch that rocks when no one's in it.
Oh no! Bye.
That's not just the
Firewood.
wind.
I mean, it'd be hard for the wind to rock a chair. It would have to be pretty windy.
And I would think you would make that deduction, but if there's no wind and that thing's rocking,
Yeah.
it's firewood.
Hey, before you came into the studio, Loren thought that maybe your car was possessed a few
It
weeks
acts
ago.
like it. It acts just like it.
Hey, it's Loren from the Maney and Loren Morning Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you've subscribed to our channel and like this video. But if you want to see more content, we've got stunts and more funny show moments.